तो फिर फोटो बाद में भी ले सकते हैं, चलते हैं। उधर चलते हैं, उधर बढ़िया था।
लगता है क्या, हॉबी थोड़ी है।
सुसाइड करना अच्छा लगता है।
सेकंड निकालो यार,
जाओ वीडियो पर।
तो भेज देना यार।
They asked us to decide one dish to eat. So we have a choice. I have sent you this menu, and we need to decide what we are going to eat. There is a translation into English. Just look through, please. And I have to give an answer in half an hour what we are going to eat. So there is a choice from the salads, there is a choice from the soups. Akroshka, it's a Russian cold soup. Rasolnik is also a Russian soup, but it's a hot one. And the second one is a chicken broth. It's just a chicken broth, I think you know what is that. Rasolnik and Akroshka, it's Russian traditional soups. And
sculptures were created, as well as his monument you will see in some minutes, also was created by the same artist, Peter Klot. So Nicholas the first one said him, Master, you create horses much better than people. That was their wish, their idea of the emperor, but we think that sculptor created everything in the perfect way. So we are now on the main street of the city, the heart of the city. Here, the first theater, the first drama theater which you've just seen, the first public library on our left, light grey building will be after Catherine's Garden. Once again, please have a look at the garden on your left, monument and beautiful theater behind it, drama theater. Public library on your left, light grey building. The first shopping mall, the huge department store on your left with many arches with 2 floors. We call it Merchant's Yard. Merchants came here, sold their goods. Every arch had its own entrance for every shop of the merchant. Even now it is still used for the same purpose as it was built in 80s, but still used for the same purpose. One of the largest shopping malls in our city. And now we are turning. We'll be back right here, but now we are turning to the side street, also very small street, because I would like to show you.
Здесь просто в этом.
Огромные мосты, это не мечта и мечтай забудь. Если он и полюбит тебя от кого-нибудь.
Слова как дождь, и там, где ты меня не ждешь, ночные ветры принесут.
Of heralding days. Monument was put up approximately in a century after heralding days of Russian ballet, named after Agrippina Vaganova, who created the system of classical education in classical ballet. And now every season, by the way, this school, ballet school, is not only the oldest in our country, but it's the oldest. I'm a great fan of ballet, that's why I can tell you hours, for hours about it. Anyway, we are coming back to Fountain River. You see lovely special way to the ships right here. Today, only tourist ships are sailing along our small rivers and canals, but in old days, all these ships were with cargoes, with four equestrian sculptures. Have a look once again at its nice sculptural decoration. Nicholas also was created by the same artist, Peter Klot. So Nicholas the first one said him, "Master, you create horses much better than people." Well, that was their wish. The idea of the emperor. But we think that sculptor created everything in the perfect. Catherine's garden. Once again, let's have a look at the garden on your left. Monument and beautiful theater behind it, drama theater. Public library on your left, light gray building. The first shopping mall, the huge department store on your left with many arches with 2 floors. We call it Merchant's Yard. Merchants came here, sold their goods. Every arch had its own entrance for every shop of the merchant. Wall Street, because I would like to show you one more creation of Carlo Rossi, as well as the whole area designed by this architect around the main palace. The palace I already mentioned, Mikhailovsky Palace. It belonged to Grand Duke Michael. This is Ethnography Museum of peoples of former Soviet Union, now Russian Federation. To the right, the main building of this area, Mikhailovsky Palace. It was living palace of Grand Duke Michael, but now it is occupied by the Russian Museum. Museum right here. So this is to the right. Just brief look, and then spilled blood and Singer Company, and then to the left, one of the main Russian Orthodox cathedrals of St. Petersburg, the Cathedral of Our Lady of Kazan. It was built in 1811, and after the war against Napoleon, which happened on the next year, became a kind of memorial to Russia's victory. To your right, it has, now it's one of the palaces of the Russian Museum. Russian Museum has 4 historical palaces in the city. And Stroganov family probably is very famous abroad, not in our. We can see the gilded spire of Admiralty, which is the former shipyard. Admiralty's shipyard, a former building, has its own value. For example, the one to your right, which is very light, is the oldest on the square. For example, French philosopher Diderot stayed in this building when he visited Catherine the Great. Institutions are here. And one of the most interesting structures here is the palace. It is straight ahead of us. Turning, and the building will be to your right. It is called Mariinsky Palace. It belonged to Maria, the daughter of Nicholas I.
झाड़ना है ये छोड़ो नदी आ जाए
नदी है क्या तो झाड़ के आगे से
एक लो इधर से ऐसे ही लो जैसे मैं बोल रहा हूँ
बिल्डिंग दिख रहा है
उधर से भी ले लेंगे
लेकिन आज थोड़ा गड़बड़ हुआ लेकिन कुछ ज़्यादा हुआ नहीं
है ना 28 को कुछ है ना ये प्रैक्टिस कर रहा है 28 को कुछ है ना इसलिए प्रैक्टिस कर रहा है 22 क्या है कुछ है यहाँ पे अच्छा सा बजट
पर जितने मतलब जो होते
अच्छे
हैं
स्टूडेंट
ना
है
अच्छे स्टूडेंट यहाँ पे टॉपर हाँ वो एक सीट में ऐसे होते हैं और सब उनको देखना अच्छा है
घूमने को रिक्रिएशन भी लग रहा है हाँ
सही है जितना अच्छा कैमरा में दिख रहा है उतना ही कलरफुल और वैसा लगता है।
So the cafe we are going to, they asked us to decide one dish to eat. So we have a choice. I have sent you this menu, and we need to decide what we are going to eat. There is a translation in the English. Just look through, please. And I have to give an answer in half an hour what we are going to eat. So the
इतना इजी नहीं है एक्सेस
जैसे पहले सिम भी मिलता था, यहाँ पे लोग आके सिम लेके अपना यूज कर लेते थे। हाँ, इस वजह से हो गया।
तो कवर कर लिया, मुझे लेक का फोटो लेना था, वहाँ पे दिखा तो फोन
सबको डाल के जैसे जैसे दिन बढ़ेगा फोटो पहुंचा डाल। हाँ तो कोई डिलीट भी कर देगा ना फोटो रखेगा।
The main square of this city, market square, this typical building finish and suitable time. After Russia became territory of Russia and at once territory of Russia. And on the left side you see Rudolph Castle, the around us on the left side, and soon on the right side you can see so-called Montepo. Montepo is significant for France how my rest, and certainly this is very beautiful.
Also, seems to sky.
we will walk something like 2 minutes by foot, and then we will be in the park. For now, we are on the bus station, the bus parking station.
प्यारा आएगा जरूरत है। अरे यार एक पोर्ट्रेट में ले लेना और